I do, so that way if anybody's... I didn't do it at the beginning of the year, but I've started doing it now. I record every class, so if anybody's gone, it's there.
But always on classes, we're always the first.
If you're the first, yeah. If we ever have a snow day and it switches, then... I know, we're going to.
You think so?
At some point, we have to, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
February can be snowy.
Usually we get no, we get it February. February.
We get a lot of February. There's always some good, like, Valentine's Day.
Like this week should be all at school. I hate snow, but
It's because we decided not to have midterms anymore, that we don't have any snow.
yeah. Except for I think we have
I know.
All
right, guys.
We'll
We'll get back to that later.
You don't like it?
Oh my god.
She's unsupportive. Well, now we have the quarter.
There's issues with the issues with a few of our policies. All right, guys. So law of sines. If you're ever confused, like you don't really have to memorize like law of cosines is for side, 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 and side, angle, side. Just look at the triangle. If I tried to set up law of sines, would it work? No, because you'd have too many missing pieces, right? Because you could set up like, okay, so sine of 47 over A equals sine of B over 11. Do you see I have two variables?
Yes.
So if you ever forget, just try one, and if you have two variables, that's not the right one. All right, so we have to find little a, big B, and big C. So we are going to start with the formula for law of cosines that has the a's on the ends. Does that make sense, since the angle we know is angle A? So your formula was a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of A. No, you gotta know it. It's not that hard. It's really not that bad to remember. Look on your calendar.
What?
There is not a law of tangents. Law of cosines is the last one. Yeah, we have to do area too, which is really quick, like 10 minutes. All right, guys, so you're just plugging in the values. So I'm going to write it all out here just so we have the right values. Okay. Once you have it written down, guys, I do not want you doing this in pieces. Don't do 11 squared and write it down, and then do 18 squared and write it down. Please save your sanity, okay? You can key this in all at once. Do 11 squared plus 18 squared minus 2 times 11 times 18 times cosine 47. All at once, key it in. You should be getting 174.9286. Yes, are we there? Okay, is that what A equals? Right, that's what A squared equals. So then you need to do the square root. So do you guys see where the square root is? It's second and then your x squared key of your answer. So little a should equal 13.2. We're rounding to the nearest tenth. And yes, we want to store this value, so you're going to store that as A. Okay, if anybody's having calculator troubles, anything, raise your hand, let me know. Okay. All right, what do you guys want to find next, B or C? B. Okay, so that means we're going to switch to the formula that has all the B's in it. So B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of B. You have a little algebra you need to do on this one so that we can key it in all at once, but it's not too bad. Before we plug our numbers in, I want to get the cosine of B by itself, okay, because that's what I'm solving for. So I'm going to move over. I'm going to do minus A squared minus c squared. Then how do I get rid of that negative 2ac? It's times cosine of b, so how can I like undo that? Divide. So all of this is divided by negative 2ac, and that would equal cosine of b. Does that make sense what I've done?
Since we have the small a value, can we do law of sines?
Okay, good question, guys. You could switch to law of sines. You have to be very careful if you switch to law of sines. Law of sines will never give you an obtuse angle when you solve using it. And it goes back to, remember the restricted circle for inverse sine? It only went from negative 90 to positive 90. It never gave you obtuse angles. So if you switch to law of sines, which of these angles is smaller, B or C? B. If you solve for B first, then you can do it. But if you ever, like, you're setting yourself up for a mistake there. So if you start with law of cosines, I would recommend just sticking with law of cosines. And you need the practice right now with it anyway. Okay? All right, guys, so then I'm going to just plug my values in here. So B was 11. A we stored in our calculator. C is 18. All over negative 2. We stored A. Let's see, C was 18. Okay, again, guys, you can do this all at once on your calculator. You have two options. You can use a whole bunch of parentheses, put parentheses around the entire numerator and the entire denominator. Or if you have the newer calculator, you can do the shortcut to the fraction key. Do alpha y equals, and the first one is the fraction. So then just type in what's in the numerator, denominator in the denominator. You should be getting like 0.79373373. If you're not getting that, raise your hand. Okay. Give a point. Yes. See how I put those big parentheses? Yep. Oh, there we go. Whole numerator and whole denominator. The other option.
Oh wait.
That's what the cosine of A equals for B or
Yeah, it is.
I should make sure everybody gets to that decimal.
Oh,
Oh, it's times 18.
Should we store this as well?
You don't have to store that yet, guys. That's what the cosine of B equals. So how do I actually get B? Inverse cosine, okay. So inverse cosine of that answer. Like 37 degrees? Yes, okay. Now, guys, what's the only thing I have left to find? C. So you can store this as B if you want to. And then you're just doing 180 minus 47 minus B. Or you can deal with your rounding. And so let's see, C ends up being what, 96 if we're going nearest degree? Okay, if you're having calculator issues, please let me know. Yes? Okay. Sure. Yeah, just do that. Yeah, okay, so now inverse cosine.
Wait, what did you cross straight out?
Because you didn't have the whole denominator in parentheses, so it divided it by -2 and then took that answer times A.
Wait, what did she cross to make it like that?
Alpha y equals. So this is an A. You need to take the square root of it first. The square root of that. So once if you yes, give me 1 second. All right, guys. Questions on that one? We have time to do one more real quick. So guys, what do you do if I only give you sides? Yeah, same thing as the second part. Do you think it matters where we start? No. So go in alphabetical order if you want to and do 5 squared equals 8 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 8 times 12 times cosine of A. And again, it's just moving it all over. Then dividing. So again, guys, the biggest issue here is just making sure you key it into your calculator correctly. So if you have the fraction key option, I would use it. It's just easier. If you don't, use the right parentheses, okay? Let's just finish angle A here real quick and see what you get. Let's see if you get 18 degrees, guys. Guys, what do you think of log cosine? Yeah, it's a little tedious, but it's not hard, okay? In your packet, you have homework. Make sure I give you the right one. So guys, your homework, there is homework 5.3 in your packet. It is 8 problems, okay? That's all you're doing. So guys, front and back, right? We got that? Okay. Sorry we were short on time. We'll blame the fire drill.